All right, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? I am so sorry about the delay due to traffic. Traffic is definitely an unknown in Seattle, unfortunately. But I saw that Jeff Kane just gifted 50, I think, memberships. Holy smokes. Jeff, just sincerely, thank you so much. You've done that before, and I I mean I can't thank you enough. I guess it gives people a way to get a sneak peek into the community tab and into the extra stuff that's there, the fishery episodes that don't make it to the public yet, and it really makes a huge difference. I think a lot of people that have checked it out have been like, wow, I didn't realize you have all the PDFs and all the other stuff like that, and commenting wise that I'll send it to folks if they want it. I mean, it's kind of the idea of being a part of that. But Jeff, that is extremely nice of you, and I don't know how to say thank you enough, but thank you enough. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, what a way to start off the stream with the kindness. And honestly, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Today, I I definitely could have used that. That makes my day. It really does. Today's been one of those days where just everything I touch, I seem to make it more difficult at the end of the day. One of those kind of days. Finally, I'm not feeling too sick, which is great. And it took over 2 weeks to get better. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling sparky. I got you guys pulled up here on my little tablet, and I've got your chat ready to go, and in live time. I hope you guys can hear and see me okay and everything. Um, but yeah, Jeff, if you're in the market for some shrimp, if you need some of my Malawa shrimp or any of my other shrimp for that matter, uh, just say the word and I will send them out to you. You have been so supportive, and I honestly don't know about the memberships. I try to keep them as cheap as possible at $1.99, but I mean the fact that you got 50 of them. I mean, other people, that it's just so thoughtful of you, so kind. Um, I thought I'd report that I've read most of this now, the Aquarius Journey, and that's the book by Rosario Lacorte, if you guys can see that. But really good book if you're interested in history, and just this guy has like a photographic memory of all the little things he's done in the hobby over the years. Pretty cool. Let's see what else is going on in the order of housekeeping. So I literally was feeling so run down for so long that I didn't do most of my water changes. My wife put some water in the tanks in the living room and stuff, mostly so they wouldn't be loud, trickling and stuff. But in the other room, I've had quite a few fish born in the just absolute tangle of plants and stuff like that. Also, I've been growing purple bamboo shoots, and I kind of forgot about before my trip to Mexico and then the subsequent just sickness after that. Kind of forgot that what I had done is I had trimmed about an inch long piece off of. I think I had 5 pieces that I got all the way back in November, and I bought one piece and then I split it. So eventually I got 5 pieces. Those grew up to maybe yay tall, and I cut them each into like 5 more pieces. So now I have like 20 to 25 purple bamboo plants that are growing out of the back of the aquarium. It's a very thin bamboo, and the stalk is bright purple or red, and it's kind of a cool one. But there's just things like that where I forgot, like, oh, I put a trimming of this in that tank, and now it's just been um, you know, acting wild. It's just gone feral on me. Now, the real question is though, like, what am I gonna do with some of the tanks that have gotten? I mean, the immersed growth is so extreme that the fish are having a hard time navigating it, which means they can have lots of babies. But I do wonder about the quality of their life, and so forth. By the way, I'm gonna come in here and obviously say hi to everybody in the chat, and I appreciate y'all being here. But I'm curious if you guys liked the videos the last few weeks or months, I should say, because I spent like last night, probably I started at 11 and I finished it at 7 a.m. So, I mean, I guess that's 8 hours of editing just the video. To put thumbnails or photos and things like that, to find video clips that are free use and so forth. And one of the next things I want to do to kind of like level up the channel, I think, is that um I want to get one of those like storyboard accounts. I think they're a couple $100 a year, or might be like $100 a month even. But there's some good ones out there, and they give you a lot of B-roll. They're kind of like Adobe Photoshop, or Shutterstock, or Alame, or any of those um, type things. But they also have video and sounds, and I'm just trying to decide if it's worth it. Like, if that enhances the experience for you guys, if you like that. Um, and also the fact that, like, is it practical for me to edit the videos the way I have been, where I'm doing like actual editing. And you guys have been here, if you've been here a while, you may know that I traditionally try to explain things in detail with my mouth and be animated and talk, and the details of my words kind of fill in rather more than the imagery, and then that allows people to listen also more if they're doing water changes or whatever. And I'm a little torn on like how much visual oomph do I give things versus not. And I think, like, obviously with like a top 10 video, like top 10 great nano fish, like that's one where it is extremely helpful to have footage of the fish and stuff. But I think on the other ones, like this one on intelligence of animals, of fish, it's done very poorly this morning. I don't know what it was, if it was the title, the thumbnail, if YouTube rolled out of the wrong side of the bed or whatever. But I thought I had a pretty bright and interesting thumbnail. And, I actually went and I found photos from the experiments and things. So I'm flipping through all these research papers that I've got earmarked from episodes of Fishery the last year or so. And I've just been trying to decide, how far to take that, how good to get into the editing, how much to make it catchy, in the sense of maybe catch people with shorter attention spans. But my problem is that I don't necessarily make it any catchier, I don't think. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like what I do is, you know, I actually just add more information. And so, what was a brief video of 2 minutes per fish out of top 10 smartest fish, instead, I'm putting up charts and graphs, typically, that are, you could watch it twice and you'd see the video, and that's like one walkthrough of info, and then it's a completely different experience just to listen to it. And so that's something that I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, what's the sweet spot? How much time do I spend on it? Because the other thing is, like, I end up, when I edit videos like that, I end up with just a crazy, my screenshots. Why can't I get this to focus? Come on. My screenshots, I'm just disappearing into the background, but these are all screenshots that I took offline or from research papers or whatever. And I mean, like, there's on this page, there's like, I try out over 40 thumbnails while I'm waiting for the video to render. And so I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I guess the point is that I'm still feeling really passionate about the channel and about what we're doing here and the information, and trying to keep this channel a little more educational or a little more factual, grounded on academic research and on the old timers in the hobby and their knowledge and them sharing it with us and stuff. I'm trying to keep that more in the channel. And sometimes I guess I feel a little ground down when I do that. And then I feel like the other content out there that does so much better, and even my own, is a lot of times the stuff that doesn't have anything to do with that. So I don't know. I'm just expressing my thoughts, my ruminations on all of this, since you guys are here. But I'm going to stop whining and stop saying that. But if you enjoy the recent content, just let me know. Like, I mean, I appreciate it. Just as you see it, let me know. Like, oh, this had a lot more video editing, or this had, or you know what, it would be fine without it. Like, I'd love to just know the honest. Like, does it make a difference? Am I going to bring in 20% of new people that maybe we can get them interested and as nerdy as us if we, keep doing this? So, yeah. Zach says, what are you saying, Zach? Alex, you've taught me more about raising an underwater environment than 90% of the YouTubers that post fish stuff. You are very wonderful, very educational. I think you should just work on shorts. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. And I agree. I think what I'm trying to do now too is make a short for Instagram or TikTok or wherever. And I'm slowly trying to make shorts, minute long shorts, that maybe give a sneak peek of the info and are really ADD, kind of, in the sense of, like, the pictures change every 2 to 3 seconds, and there's video and there's still photos and there's me talking and all that kind of stuff. And trying to get people to come over to the main channel. And I don't know, we'll see how it works. YouTube for a while there, I have to say, it was cooking. I mean, it was this last month, you guys, like, I don't know why, while I was out of commission, not even making that much, the content from the last 3 or 4 months just exploded on my channel. I've never had a month where I've made over $3,000 altogether, with all my different, with the Patreon, with the memberships, with super chats, all that kind of stuff. And you guys, thank you so much. That's the first month that, I show my wife and I say, look, like, this is really my job. Like, I'm really, spending 60 or 80 hours a week doing, whether it's fish maintenance, fish buying and selling here locally, whether it's research, whether it's editing, or whether it's on a live stream or whatever, and I love it. I wouldn't trade the world for it, especially with my limitations, medically and all that. Um, but it felt like this, like, rush of vindication to feel like that's enough money that I can get by, and, like, in Seattle with my medical bills and all that. And so thank you guys. I mean, thanks for watching the old episodes. That makes such a huge difference when you guys do that and leave comments, or if people share stuff. I mean, all of it. It is just um, it's kind of overwhelming to me what a difference it makes, and it really does. It almost makes me a little bit emotional, a little verklempt, a little. Uh, I don't know how you say happy. It makes me happy. Um, so yeah. All right, guys. Who's in here? Who's lurking live? We've got Nancy B from Tennessee. Good to see you always. ABC Aquatic Biotopes. Yeah, we are a minority in the grand picture, Alex. Do what the algorithm likes. Well, yeah, that's part of it. Is like I'm fine doing that as long as it doesn't go against anything that I feel like is the heart of what I've spent 6.5 years building here. The heart of the channel, like as long as it's not like crazy, corporate sponsorships, or obviously I'm not like somehow endorsing stuff that I don't truly believe in, that kind of thing, and it's still educational and correct and nuanced enough, then I agree with you there for the most part. But I do struggle with that. David Lopez, how's it going? Good to see you. Coro works. Um, Thank you so much, Coro. You said, Alex, I really appreciate how hard you work, how much you put your nose to the grindstone for us. Your deep dives are great. Your editing content does make your videos more engaging and easier to share. Thank you. Okay, that's great feedback, and I mean I assume that, but sometimes when you add 8 hours to a video that's like a 20-minute video, you're like, where did that time go? And part of it's just that I'm a freaking boomer, and it takes me too long to edit, and I'll get better at it. But the other thing is, I'm still working on mostly on this phone to do the video editing, and it's incredible what these phones can do, especially these tablet phones with the stylus and all that. I have to say it it's better than my last computer. And then also Brian uh, Levy, he actually gave me the computer that we're streaming on, which is functional, but it doesn't really edit videos. And I'm extremely grateful for his. He gave me a Bitcoin mining rig, and that's what we've been running the live streams on and stuff. So I do have to give him another shout out. I don't think he's watching right now, but if he was or does later, I hope he knows that it is makes a big difference. But you guys, I kind of need to like, I'm thinking and I'm like, okay, what do we need next? We need like a good GoPro. We need a good, it'd kind of be nice to get one of those mini drones, because I've got a trip now. That's the other thing I have to announce today is I am planning a trip to Florida. So I am finally, and I know if you've watched the channel for a while, that you've followed this saga that's probably really boring of me getting my lower teeth done. I mean, my upper teeth need to get done too. I only have 8 teeth up top. They're just big old piano keys up there. But they're all crowns and stuff. Since the lightning strike, I have lost all the lower teeth, and I'm finally getting the implants. It's scheduled for May 2nd down in Florida. So that's the other thing is I've got a month where I'm going to be here in town working on some of my deep dive projects, working on breeding and getting things into shape. And then I'm going to Florida. Pardon me, guys. Then I'm going to Florida again, and part of it is scary in that I'll only be eating mush for like 4 or 5 months. Possibly, I mean, yeah, possibly, because I think they're gonna try to do 10 or 12 implants on my lower jaw alone, so that there's each tooth actually has a post and everything, and the guy's going to do it for 15,000 even. And so, I mean, we were looking at, what do we have to refinance? And it's going to be 40 grand out of pocket. And this weight has been um, hanging over me for years now, from pulling the teeth to when they were infected and broken. And just, there's something about when you lose your teeth, you feel like vulnerable, or just like you're not a yeah, I don't know, you just feel like you're no longer, I don't know, worth anything, or valuable. um and so I feel like when getting this wrapped up, getting those implants actually in now, having a solid date. Literally just bought my airfare today too, and knowing, okay, I've got 7,500 plus, then then I'll pay the rest off over the next year. And it's like I've got that money set aside and ready, thanks to my incredible wife. I mean, there's no way I could run this channel if it weren't for her with my medical issues. She is my freaking hero. Like, just as much as you guys are, she is too. Um, yeah, it's a great price, Fish and Floral, for implants. I'm almost like, how is it such a good price? I'm a little nervous, because he said, you're gonna sit down in the chair. We're gonna give you a sedation IV, and then we're just going to use a ratchet and a drill set, basically. And some will be hand tightened, some will be with the drill. And they've already done MRI and CT scans of my head, and they've kind of mapped out where the nerve canals are, and where the old roots were, and everything, and where the bone is filled in over the last year, while I've been waiting with nothing down below, eating soft stuff, basically. And I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited, because he's basically doing it as a deal, or as a favor, as a kind of pro bono. He takes on a certain number of those a year. Plus, cost of living is much more affordable down in Florida, and that trickles down all the way to everything from like the cost of getting a crown made or whatever too. So yeah, but up here they wanted, yeah, 3 to 4, even 5,000, maybe with certain cases, dollars for each tooth. And so the option up here is I would have had 4 or 6 implants total for like 20,000, then set the teeth on what they call a rail. So it's like dentures that snap in to those implant posts. And that's then like another maybe 5 or 10 grand when all's said and done, fitting and different sets they work on and all that. And then that's like, probably 30 grand, 20 to 30 grand for the bottom, and then another 20 to 30 grand for the top. So it comes out up here, you know, 40 to $60,000, depending on what complications and, bone grafts and sinus patches and all that kind of stuff that they need to do. And Coro, no, I haven't tried any of the the nutrient powders or shakes or Soylent or any of that stuff necessarily, but I probably will be, as my teeth, as I really have a tough time after May 2nd, when I'm down in Florida. That's when I will have these titanium posts in, and they'll be bolted into my jaw, and I gotta get them, keep them healthy, and hopefully have them take, so they don't reject, because that would be awful. Anyways, guys, I said we were going to talk about fish, so let's make sure we talk about some fish too, obviously. But Alan says, I think it would be fun to have a contest. Alan, thank you so much for your support, as always. Were you here the other day, Alan, when I did the entire live stream and we talked all about possible ideas for the contest this year? I don't think you were, and it was totally spurred on. Man, I didn't get that drop in my eye at all. uh it was totally spurred on by you, and I said that you will be my partner in crime. But we were trying to think of what are going to be the parameters that we set this year for the aquascaping contest, and when do we want to start it exactly, and all that. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely on my mind. That's for sure. Let's see here. Um, and this year, I want to work and reach out. Like, we really got, um, I mean, now we've got 40,000 not members, 40,000 subscribers on the channel. And, we're averaging 500,000 minutes watched a month. And I mean, you guys are awesome. You guys are the reason why. You guys like the long form content, or you engage with the deep dives and stuff. And they are starting to, whereas on my channel in the past, those did the worst, but I did them because I love them. Now that stuff is starting to do the best. But I've got these old deep dives that are on there, and I'm torn. Like, do I redo it, re-edit it, remix, update? Or, are they there and y'all could go find them? Because, I put work into them when I did them, things like the L numbers or Neocaridina species lines, things like that. So, yeah. Mm. Oh, shucks. Alan, thank you very much. We got another 5 gifted memberships from Alan. Alan, you are a king amongst fish. Thank you. You and Jeff, boy, you guys are the new Engleharts. I don't know where that guy's been, by the way. I hope he's doing well. Let's see here. Al Habib says, I recommend you do you. You're right about the water change content versus the top 10, and you enjoy. But okay, yeah. I mean, the hard part is, like, I love dozens of YouTube channels, but then I forget that they even exist because YouTube doesn't show me their content, and I miss it. And then I come back and I try to find it, and a lot of times, unless you go to the person's homepage, go to their videos, and then look through all and, like, really look at it, it's easy to not be caught up and not see what's going on. And so I have people say, like, uh like, why don't you stream anymore, or why don't you you know film in HD? And I'm like, hey, I do. It might just be my internet speed or whatever, or it might just be that you didn't catch the live stream, or I missed like one stream when I was sick the last couple weeks. But it's cool when people do come back by, definitely. Atkins, what's going on, Ian? Good to see you. Gardaki, I'm glad you like my hat. Appreciate that. Asya, Llewellyn, what's going on? Good to see you. Fishburr, what's going on? Thank you for smashing that like button. That's very kind of you. L Fish Tanks, what's going on? Good to also see you on here. Welcome. Charles Vaughn, good to see you. Connor, Leo, Michelle, y'all are far too kind, and I really do appreciate it. Discordia creates, what's up? Discordia says, YouTube shorts are so stupid. I wish YouTube wasn't aggressively pushing that feature. Well, it's kind of like, are you guys going to be Instagram or TikTok or something, or do you want to remain the place for adults with an attention span and interests, that are documentary level or podcast level? And that's one thing that really fascinates me, is like, our culture is seeing this thing where, like, podcasts and murder mysteries and stuff, they've been very popular, yet at the same time, like, 7-second video, brain dopamine mining, brain zombie feeding yourself, is also more popular than ever. And the contrast, or the paradox between that I guess is what you'd say, is very interesting. Michelle says, I told you I was power watching your older stuff. Yeah, no, and I appreciate it when people go back and watch the old stuff, especially if it's like, man, this isn't the best. I like your newer stuff. Like, that's good to know because maybe I should take down some of the old stuff. I have 1,200 videos. I don't know that people realize it, but I am like, you know, I've been grinding at this for a long time, and it's because I love it, and it's because I really do enjoy the community here with you guys, and I do enjoy just the rabbit trails. I mean, in that gourami, the Valenti or Valiant gourami, however you want to say it, the rainbow chocolate or the samurai gourami video, learning that the guy who named that gourami studied under one of the men who set up the first aquarium in all of Europe, and he knew Carbonari and or Carbonare and all these very early German and French and English ichthyologists in the 1850s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And then this guy, who named that samurai gourami in 1930, he went to school under those early first wave true ichthyologists, the first group of guys called ichthyologists. But what I thought was so fascinating was, you know, I start digging into it and it's really hard to find information on it. I mean, I had to like go to a French translator and then, an app that translates in French. And then I used Chat GPT, the AI thing. And I said, like, apply the filter. And then what I did is I went to the university forums, and I went to uh, the history, natural history museum of Paris or of France. Cassie B, so good to see you. Hello, welcome. It's I'm you put a smile on my face. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Um, but so the fact that that guy, he sees electricity, he sees it going from horses and like early railroads and steam engines to modern like diesel generators and electric grids and all these kind of things. And then he's going all the way to the middle of nowhere in Borneo on these like 8-month, 9-month expeditions and hiring just massive teams of people to go forth into the forest and collect any fish they find and bring them back to him, bring them back alive. And then, it's just really that in itself is super fascinating. And beyond that, I mean, I would say that the other part of it all that is really interesting is going to be the part about um, his death, and I happened to just find it like on accident. There's nothing written on any Wikipedia or any like fish keeping page that I could find, but they lost most of the photos of the guy. So in the search of the French archives, I couldn't find pictures of this guy of Pellegrin, Jacques Pellegrin, and he's the guy who discovered the chocolate gourami and the rainbow chocolate gourami or samurai gourami. But in 1944, he dies in August. And I thought, that's odd. This guy is born in the 1800s, and all of a sudden he dies at the age of 67, almost 68, in 1944, August 8th. And that is right when, like, Hitler and all of the Nazis and things came through Paris and during World War II, they had taken it over. It's actually June 30th, I believe, was the last day of fighting in the city of Paris, like officially, and then basically the whole country surrendered. But this ichthyologist, this guy who saw all those changes from, unheated tanks where they could only keep goldfish, koi, eels, bass, sunfish, stuff like that. He sees the change of in the 1920s and 30s, angelfish, gouramis, apistos, bettas, all these things coming into his life, tetras. And then the guy at 67 is killed outside the museum that he works at for 20 years, and he's running supplies back and forth and taking pot shots at the machine gun nest of one of the groups of Germans that's occupying downtown Paris. And this guy gets killed by machine gun fire literally a few blocks away from the museum he loves so much. And like that story is just so crazy. Like at 67, how passionate are you that he's like sneaking jars of fish skeletons and illustrations out of the country, just hoping that they don't get destroyed or blown up in bombing or whatever. He cares about the knowledge, and yet he's got all these friends that are German that are ichthyologists, and they're moving all. I mean, the story just has so many different places it goes, yet it doesn't fit into a nice and easy video necessarily. And so I've got this whole big long thing talking about that, but I'm still um a little undecided on like, okay, so what do I do with it now? Like, where do I put it? Yeah. Let's see here. Finally got let's see. Don't understand YouTube Shorts. When isn't ad revenue kind of dependent on video length? Like the video has to be over 10 minutes to be monetized, yet YouTube only wants 1 minute videos. Yeah, Discord in theory, but YouTube gets to run ads in between videos. Whereas if you have a 10-minute video, that means actually it's like 8 minutes and 33 seconds now, I think. But whatever it is, whatever the cutoff is now, you can run an ad in the middle of it and then you'll make more money. Now, I generally do adaptive smart ad placement so that it only puts an ad where there's a spike in people watching. So like if there's a higher than normal number of people watching, say a 30-minute video, ideally it's going to show you one or two ads and I get that revenue, and it's in spots where it realizes like 90% of the people are still watching or whatever and they haven't broken away. Whereas some people just do it every 4.4 minutes and 15 seconds, and that drives me insane. I mean, even turning ads on period was a struggle for me to come to terms with. But I realized that if you don't turn ads on, your channel will go nowhere. Like literally, they will not promote your videos because um, they are they're not making as much money. They're not making their big cut. And so why would they promote your content? Kind of interesting. Uh, Guppy Girl never got a notification about the new fish intelligence. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, that video I'm just really torn on. Like I've tried two different thumbnails now. I went back to the original thumbnail because I thought it was colorful and interesting, and it has one of the cleaning wrasses or races that is so intelligent. Their genus is just incredibly intelligent for a little fish. Um, So I went back to that, but we talk about how some fish are starting to use rudimentary tools. We're finding out how some have basic primitive language, others, have memory and spatial awareness to the point where it's far, far, far more accurate than humans. The fact that when you train a fish like Pavlovianly, or rather, as we call that, classical conditioning in psychology. It's the thing where you ring the bell, you give the dog the food. Well, when you do that enough times, soon when you ring the bell, the dog is going to salivate and be like, "Ooh, I'm excited." Its tail's going to wag and it's going to like show that it wants the food. Um, and so soon you've taught the dog or conditioned the dog. It's, depending on who you ask, that is that learning, is that intelligence? It's it probably shows complexity, but I don't know that it shows learning the most clearly. But the interesting fact being was that it started with a little catfish. I think they're called oxaliths out of South America, and I don't know why they use them. But another grad student replicated that same research, and he made a tank with four sides, and each side had a light that would come on, like a yellow light. They're all the same, and on say this side of the box here, when the light would light up yellow over here, within 30 seconds to a minute, fish pellets and food treats would come down for these rainbow fish, Bosemani rainbow fish. And after doing it only 14 times, the rainbow fish would immediately swim over when they saw the light and not to the other doors when lights would come on. Whereas it took rats 19 times, and took dogs 21 times, and cats, it was like 30, what was it, 37 or 38 times it took, which I just thought was funny because if you've ever tried to get a cat to do anything, yeah, they probably know that there's food there and they get that it happens, but they're just so ornery that they're like they are just as likely to sit and like lick their butt as they are to go get the food, unless they're in like dire straits. And of course they're not gonna harm the kitties in the study. um, it's just kind of funny. uh, let's see here. Wow, for sure. That is crazy. He said, Alex, I wouldn't have my Aquarius job managing about 40,000 gallons without the spark of your inspiration. Wow. Thank you. That really does mean a lot to me. And I'm so happy to hear that. I love learning. You guys love learning too, obviously. Um, and yeah, we all hey, the Garden of Eater Shrimp, Shelby, and also Screaming Fly, Wheel by, who else just snuck in? Um, Malefex Farms, hello. The Fishy Plumber, and Wheelbite. Uh, well, um, Craig, what's up? Yeah, autocorrect. I hear you. Alex, was there any fish stores in the Mexico trip? No, Dennis, they didn't have any fish stores other than Petco and PetSmart in Puerto Vallarta, kind of for expatriate Americans, really. The pet stores were more like out of some guy's apartment, like he'd have 50 birds on a cage, you'd see online, on cages on his porch, and that was kind of like your bird store. Then you'd have another person who really just had a fish room with like 40 fish, but I didn't get to meet any of those or explore any of those people. The problem is there that the water is so bad out of the tap that, and out of the creeks and rivers, is that you actually could not put the water in with your fish without killing them. It has so much chemical and biological waste in it. It's really sad. Yeah, Zach, I will be selling my shrimp again, because I am as I said, like I've got this big old bill of $15,000 plus the trip to Florida. And by the way, my trip to Florida before I go get tortured and get my teeth all worked on and the implants put in. My plan is to, on a budget, so maybe rent a cheap SUV, which there's no such thing as anymore, but rent like a whatever it ends up being, 60 bucks a day SUV. And I think I'm going to try to make a trip down to Fort Lauderdale, Alligator Alley, and actually go see um, some of the like the peacock bass, some of the bigger fish that are out there, rather than just sticking around the Tampa Bay area. Although I do love that area, and you know, I'm gonna hopefully see Lucas Bretz, depending on time there too, and go back out. And he wants to do like a recording. He wants to do like a live stream together one of the Fridays that I'm there. So it's kind of all up in the air. But if you live in Florida, south of say Sarasota, if you're in Sarasota or south or down in Miami, and you know where to go look at wildlife, or you have a tip of a good aquarium store or whatever, I want to take a mini road trip before I have the tooth drilling, when I can still snorkel and stuff. Maybe go see some manatees, some saltwater fish and stuff. And I want to bring you guys along for the ride. Maybe do more of a vlog thing where each day I try to edit it on the fly, or at least, even if I don't edit it, at least share the trip more in real time. Is a big goal of what I want to do while I'm waiting to get the teeth checked off a week. So I go in, and then 4 or 5 business days later, I can come back. They'll check out the teeth. They'll say, "Okay, you're good to fly," or "No, we need to work on this, that, or the other." And yeah, so how's let's see here. What about seaweed wall heading towards Florida? That is an interesting point. I am a little bit curious to see that big old. They say there's a raft that's 5,000 kilometers across, which is twice as wide as the United States is across, and it's floating all the way out from the Sargasso Sea, where the eels go spawn, all the way off of like the Canary Islands in Africa, kind of West Africa, from the middle of kind of the Atlantic Ocean there, all the way into the Caribbean. And there's a highway of just kelp and growing algae, cyanobacteria, all sorts of life. And it could be a problem. It can pile up on the shores in like 5 or 6 foot tall piles naturally, let alone then they'll take bulldozers and pile it up into these big things. But the problem is when it decomposes, there's irritants in it, and as well as spores and fungi and all that stuff. And so it can really mess up a beach town. But what can I do about it? Maybe it'll stay out of the bay a little bit more than the rest of the I don't know what to call it, swell, the swarm of that. Uh, oh, nice, Michelle. That is cheap for a Hertz rental truck, unlimited miles, 20 bucks a day. That's a killer deal. If I can find a deal like that in Florida, that would be great, because I paid more than that last time. I can obviously write some of this stuff off too. But I'm hoping, I mean, I want to know what else you guys want me to do there. Do you guys want me to go back to Imperial? I mean, I made pretty good friends with Mike. Do you want to see what he has that's new, what they're up to, what they're spawning now? Do you want me to go to new farms like Andres and the Bioaquatics farm where he does it all naturally without chemicals or pesticides or anything? Do you want me to do more collecting? I love collecting and I want to go to new regions. Also up by Lucas Brett's up on the border kind of land of Florida and the Gulf states. Uh, he's got 30 some acres with I think there's 7 lakes on it, but, like, 3 good-sized lakes, few acres each, and they've got, bluegill, bass, sunfish, top minnows, all sorts of interesting little things in them. And so that's another thing while I'm up there that I'd like to go explore. Um, let's see here. Doot, doot, doot. Doobity doot, doo, doot, doot, doot. Fish tanks, thank you so much. Fish tanks gifted another 5 L Fish Tanks gifted 5 memberships to the crew also. Thank you. I'm sorry if I missed when you did that, if that happened a while or a moment before I was following track of the chat. Let's see here. No, not bragging necessarily. Do you know how long it takes to plant? Since there is nothing, I have to cycle for like half a year before plants actually start growing. I must have missed what the question is or what's going on there, but um Caitlin, what's going on? Good to see you. Just reading. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read from my phone because it's got more info than Streamyard. Streamyard up here. I know I look probably better when I'm you know looking at the camera, but it's so much better. I don't know why they haven't integrated the chat and everything properly, but there's a lot more it's up to date, whereas the StreamYard lags. Any of these streaming services, they lag sometimes 30 seconds or a minute behind, which is frustrating. Alex and I have the same problem in the Seattle area. My tap water tests out at the lightest color possible for every test on aquarium co-ops. Strips pH of 6.4 or less for me. Yeah, that's pretty similar to what I'm dealing with. I mean, my pH is a little more neutral, generally like 6.8, 6.9, but my TDS tends to be like 30. And if you're assuming 5 to 25 points of that are going to be chlorine or chloramine. We don't have chloramine here, but some places they do. That leaves you with basically nothing in the water. I mean, it is almost RO water out of our tap here, unless they switch the source and it comes from the local water towers and things, more so from their storage areas, like Maple Leaf in Seattle. Um, Asha said, "Oh, Silent Aquatics, what's up?" Or Salient, not Silent. I've seen Paul Cafaro put some really neat sargassum fish and shrimp out floating seaweed. Oh, floating out on the seaweed. I know how too much isn't a good thing, though. Yeah, yeah. There's too much of the floating seaweed this year. Atkins, Ian, what's going on, brother? Good to see you as always. Alex, I found out I have a Rhinogobius bruneus in my local rivers. Wow, invasive, obviously, but I know where to find them. I'll be down around 7 a.m. tomorrow. No, No, I'd love to go collecting and try to find that if you're up for it. Let's go do that. Um, yeah, Coral also says, Coral Works says, Alex, not really what you do, but would you consider doing some gear guides or reviews, like what you think is most important to take collecting and what I do take collecting? Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that too because when I go collecting down in Florida, I've got kind of a kit that I bring with my nets and some traps, some food, camera, a special thing to take photos with, gloves. Like, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that I've just kind of worked into my own uh, grab and go bag of exploration that definitely will cover some of that ASAP. Plus, I love giving a shout out to Jonah's aquarium or Jonah's aquatics, where he's got all the native fish, the uh, all the cool daces and shiners and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's really fun, and I'm glad that somebody's selling it, even if, yeah, a bit expensive. But all those fish, if you spawn them, then you've got a $10-15 resource that you can sell also. So that's always the double-edged sword with those mid-level price freshwater fish. But I just wish we had a lot more of the native fish in our hobby because they're so underutilized and they're so beautiful, as you guys know. Pyle, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah. All right. So, guys, if you're up for it, I'm thinking let's take a look right now and just because I like to see what's new and what's oot and a boot, uh, and if anything is of interest. But let's take a look here. Let's take a look see at. Uh, so first, we're gonna go to. Um, I gotta do the HTTP. All right, guys. So let's take a look and see right now because I'm gonna order some stuff from Aquatic Arts. Aquatic Arts, I can't lie. They have been very low on a lot of supplies, and I'm going to try to get them to bring in some certain rare gobies and maybe some unusual corridoras, some maybe some native fish if they can too. And so I've been talking with David, their manager. The problem is they've been tied up with Vivi. If you go to Vivi.com, you'll see just how many fish sellers are on there now. Man, if you guys are not involved with Vivi, I mean, they don't pay me or anything like that, but they are growing and you can make good money there even if you don't have a local scene or a local swap or a local club that's worked out for you. Um, you can really work it out that way. Let's see what Aquatic Arts does have real quick. I just figure I like to kind of check in on that. Also, a friendly reminder that if you are wanting to go to the Peruvian Amazon, Well, there is a way you can do that quite possibly, and that would be by going to the link on the video I posted a few days ago about Dr. Anthony's raffle. You pay $50, it goes to a great cause, and then he is going to be giving away one prize winner, a trip for two, all amenities and hospitalities other than booze is BYOB, but other than that, everything's taken care of other than other than the alcohol for two people. And it's an incredible once in a lifetime experience to go down there with ichthyologists at a lab that maybe a few people have worked out of. It hasn't even really opened to its full capacity or with it the public aquarium it's going to have and all that. It's going to be very, very cool. So I've learned here too, and I think this is just a weird uh let's see here. Weird glitch. No, maybe not. Ignore what I was going to say there. But all right, so let's see what live fish they're selling right now. Um, oh, they've got the live microworm culture for $11.99. The Pangrillius redivive, man, that is so hard to say. Redivivis. 82 watching, 19 likes. Are you guys kidding me? Really? That you're hurting my feelings. My feelings have been smushed like a bug, like a bug. Um, Scud culture, $20. Those are both great, by the way. But they also have these little stout body panda quarries that they're really cute. I've noticed that they're slightly different than the normal panda quarry, but they're pretty cool. Also, the chili raspberry is always good. So they also have too the butterfly loaches from Borneo. So I was thinking, man, that'd be cool to put like stuff from the right ecosystem, the right part of the world together, and have like a Borneo loach and have your tank all set up and film it from underwater so it looks like a natural scene. Um, I guess you'd have to get all the plants right and everything too, technically speaking. Um, All right. So they've also got Black Tiger Batis, which those are really cool. Love those. Um, ooh, they've only got one group of three left. Look at those. They get actually way more vivid and bold than that. Um, they're very cool. Also, the Borneo Loach, very neat for three of them. So under 15 a pop. And with Aquatic Arts, a lot of people get upset because they're like, "Oh, shipping's overnight, and I have to pay overnight shipping for micro worms or whatever it may be." Well, might as well order a few things because shipping's probably going to be similar, if not the same, otherwise. So might as well load up your cart with interesting fish and creatures and plants. Look at this weird sleepy fish. All right. Love these loaches. There's so many of them now too. There's like over 3 or 4 dozen varieties. All right. Let's pop back out of here. All right, so they actually do have a good amount of fish right now. I have to say, not a ton, but I mean they have some. Which lately they've been so low. And it's because of Vivi, like I said. The money from the owner is going to Vivi. But they've got praycocks. I've gotten mine from them before and had them raise babies several times. Peacock gudgeon, gotta love them. Some of these fancier bettas could also be cool. Definitely. All right, let's see here. Screaming Fly Productions LLC. I'm still in. I'm gonna guess it's enjoying my baddest cute little predators. Yeah, they're awesome. They're so much fun to watch. The way they move, they're so deliberate and meticulous. Love it. They've also got obviously the pea puffers, all that kind of stuff. So I was gonna look and see what they really have been focusing on is more like botanicals and then certain shrimp. And they've got these in-house sale deals going all the live long day, all through the week and different weeks of the month of April. Where did that go? Botanicals. Um, Looking for the kits that they sell. I mean, there's the breeder box kit. We can just go to the combo boxes, I guess. But sometimes if they don't have one thing under a certain heading, then they'll have it under another. Yeah, so like these are all shrimp that you can get and they're already discounted. Like these tangerine tigers, they were what 50.99, now they're 39.99. 999. Everything must go. Um, but yeah, look, they've got all these shrimp packs. Look at that beautiful blue cobalt looking. Interesting. Okay, so this is actually a neocaridina. Mm, I thought it was. I thought it was for sure a new morph of one of the other kinds. But the blue, man, the blue on these is also unreal. These ones I think are a sapphire blue velvet cross, perhaps. But I don't remember for sure. But man, oops, but man, are they a pretty fish or shrimp, not fish. But you can get all these with the combo packs, and a lot of them, like I was saying, are already on sale. So when you get the breeder box, um, you get, well, let's just, okay, come on, don't be frozen on me. Ad block. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. Combo boxes. I was trying to get to the botanicals alone, but there's still quite a few. Look at these that are already on sale, and then you use my code, and it they're then very on sale. And they're catappa leaves and all that stuff. I guess we just go to the store and we go to botanicals. That's probably the easiest way to do it. oh wait, no, under supplies and stuff. Then we go to, am I looking right at, oh, natural leaf litter. Sorry, guys. My dry eyes are making it really hard to see again. Ever since I got sick, my dry eyes have been a little annoying. Ooh. Hey, Lady Rorschach, John Monroe, what's up? Good to see y'all. Happy you're here with us. I wouldn't want you anywhere else. But yeah, these kits, these are great kits that come with essentially for free in the shrimp pack. You're just paying the normal shrimp price plus taxes, fees, whatever. And a lot of them now, I think yeah, look, they've got all these from the coconut shells to the jackfruit. And I've done deep dives on all these, but I know that I don't worry about, do I need to boil it? Where did it come from? Is it going to have mold all over it? And the answer is always that these are just really high quality. This is um, they pick them, they dry them, they cure them, kind of how they land. Banana leaves, bamboo leaves, cinnamon leaves. Cinnamon leaves have some really interesting properties too. Mickey Mouse head. Oh no, Lotus Pod. So you can see, if you guys want to buy anything there's a lot of stuff other than just their fish, because their fish have been really limited. But they did have, let's see here, another another critter that I was surprised and delighted to see. If I can get it to open and work and open and work and open about gift card. So they've got also mystery snails galore, which is cool. I thought they had, I wonder if they've done it for the fish still. I thought they were restocking. Gold barbs got a bit big and busy. Honey gourami don't get big, maybe 2 inches on a chunky female. Also, they're slower than barbs, and it could get outcompeted for food. Yeah, definitely. I love them though. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Where? Oh, I know what I was gonna show you guys. Now it just clicked. Sorry guys, my brain it's still. I have my slow days. I have my fast days. Then I have my normal days where I just hit a wall and I'm like, oh, still getting that way. But they had, oh, here it is. It sold out in 1 day. But look at this. They're working on breeding them there, I believe. But it's a like Pepto-Bismol pink. Uh, and they've got the blue version too out there in the wild. Aquatic Arts doesn't tend to carry it because they don't want anybody to feel ripped off if they carry the blue CPO, specifically these electric blue kind. They'll carry this variety here, but they won't carry the specific CPO blues a lot of times because they lose their color and then people get upset, like these orange dwarf ones. But also, they really want to be the company known for uh, all these little critters they're breeding in house, and squat lobsters and invertebrate this, invertebrate that, from snails to shrimp to little limpets and things, which is cool. Which is cool. All right, so next on the list, I just want to see what's new at Dan's Fish before we sign off. Um, and if you want to get anything from Dan's Fish, if you've never bought anything there, I highly recommend you guys try it out and make an account and go buy some stuff from him. You know, make it worthwhile. He's not the cheapest, but he does have some of the best quality out there. I mean, wow. And I say that, and then look, he's got thread fins that are cheaper than, like, Aquarium Co-op is selling them right now for, I don't even remember what the price was. I want to say 11.99 or 12.99 for them. And here we've got a bunch of those, a bunch of guppies. So if there's guppies galore in this water, then the water's probably a bit hard. It's probably not soft water. Um, Also, peacock gudgeon, that's about the price I've seen everywhere lately, which is a bummer because they used to be so affordable. But what I was going to say is, what's interesting is, even just looking at this picture, you can see that the tail color, the reddish or the pink that's underneath the back tail, that's different in different thread fins. So depending on the collection point, whether it's Aru Island or Papua New Guinea from one point versus another, it can vary. And yeah, Dan got some really cool stuff this week for sure. Jeff. I'm hoping to be able to buy some stuff from him soon. Obviously, my priorities are a little different, and that's a little frustrating as a channel that where I want to do unboxings and all that. But it'll be worth the wait. But I mean, just look at these. He's got these Discocotus are stuff that people normally never see in the hobby. Maybe the wet spot brings some in, like they had like the watermelon ones that are pretty cool, but these are some really beautiful fish that just get overlooked. And I think they're incredible. Oh, there's a gold laser Corey's, pretty good price. Radnocentris. This is another one. Atiwa Creek is great. Collection point. They've got the mini snowballs too. These are the itty bitty tiny ones. Very cool. Only get a few inches. I'll have to show you guys in my tank in the other room again. Again, he's got more rainbow shiners. He's got the red tail goodie. Oh my goodness, I might have to get this. This might be the one that gets me. And also this. I mean, holy cannoli. Look at this Glossogobius flavapennis. So if you guys want to get 10% off, of course, you can go to my description and get it, or you can follow this link. Let me put a link in for you, and that will pop you right over there so you don't have to deal with anything else. All right. I think I got this right. Let me see. I might be wrong. We'll have to double check it at Alex. Copy. Before I post this, let me just try it on my end. I know you guys aren't seeing anything going on. I promise I'm working, guys. I promise. And soon I'm going to cut out of here so Bentley can do his show and all that jazz. So you guys can go over and tell him I say hey. But yeah, here is for 10% off. You just need a new email so that you've never used with them before. So a new account at Dan's Fish. You get 10% off. And, I'm trying to think of as well, like some sort of gift card or giveaway for Dan's Fish just for being involved. With the channel now and what we're up to. All right. Dan's Fish, new account, new emails. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pin this instead now. Replace pin message. So I think that should work. That is, if that link doesn't work that's in the chat, go to the one that's in the description, and that will give you that will take you to the 10% off, which is the best deal on the internet. Nobody, Bob Steenfalt has a 10% off, and I have one too. That's the best there is. Ooh, platinum half beaks too. I love half beaks. I'm a sucker for half beaks, and I've never seen this pseudomcgill. Wow, that's cool. Mystery pencilfish, $8.99. Oh, they've got some interesting Achilles. Tropheus. I mean, lots of Tropheus. Must have gotten a good African order. Or perhaps Colombian. I don't know. Svenny Earth Eaters. Very cool. These I would love to have someday too. The Miato village. Melanotania species. Very beautiful. They're almost like the Kali Tawa. Look how much them swordtails are. Where are they? Where are them swordtails? What we miss with them swordtails? $200. Holy cow. What's up with these? Yeah. I mean, they're just super red. Is that what's up? Or there must be some genetic thing with their round paddled fins, I would guess, but I don't know. Poor fishies, probably just, inbred monsters. But regardless, this is a really cool ancestors too. I love that little broken line pattern. That's it. Yeah, I gotta do some shopping here. I love these. These are another one of my absolute favorites. This is a crazy good price. These are the true freshwater ocelot or bumblebee gobies. Looks like he's got 56 of them in stock. These are seriously so fun to watch. For a nano tank, they add so much personality. You put like 3 to 9 of those in a 10-gallon. They're incredible to watch. Super fun to watch. Let's see here. These are always nice too. The Sultan plecos. I have one of these that's an adult now, and it's not that big. Yeah, I hope they do bring chocolate gouramis back too. Oh, they've got Aru 4s. These are beautiful. They've got the white finnage. Only $14.99. That's a really good deal. I'm sure that's a hobby breeder. Again, oh my gosh, these are a holy grail for sure. I could never afford anything like that. They've got 8 of these. Man, they've got a breeding colony. Man, that would be a hard sell unless you've got someone with lots of money. Lots of money.
All right, shark.
Whoops. I don't know why that was whatever. Anyways, so looks like they got lots of cool stuff going on over there, guys. I'm gonna wind this stream down. Remind you guys to check out any last minute before the end of the month stuff with Dr. Anthony and Arkoff. If you want to buy any of those chance tickets to go down to the Amazon, now's the time to do it. Yar. And I am going to be planning my trip to Florida. So, like I said, I got to quarantine away from like groups of people after flying so that I don't have anything while they do a very invasive surgery that's near the blood brain barrier to your uh, existence, pretty much. The blood can go right there very quickly. Um, so any sort of infection, they have to be really careful. So they want to make sure that you don't have any staph, strep, anything like that, or viruses or anything either. But because of that, I'm going to get to Florida, and then I think I'm going to either head down to Everglades City or Everglades, or I'm gonna head up the other way to Lucas Brett's and just hang out with one or two people, but try to do a bunch of different content down there. And so I'd love to hear in the comments after if you guys are watching this live stream later or if you're watching it right now. Um, yeah, Dr. Anthony was going to give away a ticket on my stream also today, but I didn't hear back from him. So I don't know what happened, but if tomorrow at 12:30 he's doing it, thank you, Coro, uh, for letting us know about that. I will let's see, can I? Oh, it doesn't let me. Oh wait, maybe I can hear. Pin. Oh, wait, here we go. Yeah. Replace pinned message. There we go. So for now, that's pinned. But yeah, Dr. Anthony, if you guys want to try to win another chance, go for it, right? I've bought 3 tickets already, 2 for the channel, 1 for me. And yeah, I mean, let's see what happens, guys. That's kind of my allowance for the month as far as my charity causes. Although all my merch, my glasses, my shirts, any of the silly stuff that I have that you see underneath the live stream or that you see my clothing and stuff, that's always I always give that to a nonprofit, the proceeds from that. So if you want to support anything like more buying of those or Son of Running River, or any of those kind of projects that are out there that I really believe in, supporting my merch is always a way to do it. Or obviously just watching the content, just being here, being a member, any of it. And then again, thank you so much, all of you, for staying and hanging out, even though I was late again. When I'm with you and I keep you waiting, I know that I should show some respect, especially when I'm wrong. Uh, Anyways, I don't know why I have old country rock songs in my head. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. Alan, go back and watch that stream where we talk about possibilities of what we're doing for this year's 5th annual aquatic, that's redundant, aquascaping competition. Also, the um, the other piece that I was gonna tell you, well, I don't recall what the other piece of that was going to be, but I'll get to it eventually. You know, we got to do our giveaways. Oh, that was it. I was going to try to get better sponsors this year, bigger, better prizes. And Fritz, got something in the works with them. I've been talking to Zoom Ed and Fritz and kind of trying to see if maybe one of them will like give in like a 90p low iron rimless 40-gallon tank or something kind of crazy. I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. Shipping on that's probably way more than the tank. But guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much, Jeff Kane, and all the new members. Check out the community tab and all the things that I post there or shorts if you don't normally, or just randomly take a stroll back through old videos on the channel. Let me know if there's any you want me to redo. If you see one and you're like, this is great, except the camera motion is just freaking shaky and I hate it, but I love the content, just leave me that note. Like, I'd love to hear those kind of things. I loved your true honesty. I'm so glad that I'm starting to feel a little bit better. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. And if you guys head over to Bentley Pasco's stream, let's do hashtag Alex made me. So Alex made me. I'm gonna pop over into his stream next, see how he's doing on his live stream. Hashtag Alex made me. If you want to come over, we'll do a little raid on them. Show some love to his channel because I'm kind of cutting over his time a bit, I believe. But thank you so much, all of you, and to all a good night. I might do a pop-up stream one of these nights soon. But again, you guys rock. A YouTuber, Cherry's shrimp video from over 4 years ago, I watched today and it was helpful. So glad to hear it. If you guys have a subject you're interested in, look for it under my channel. If you don't mind, it means a lot to me to check it out. Patty, oh, you're leaving. Oh. Well, all right, Jeff Kane, you stuck it out like such a champ. Plus, man, just all the support. Thank you seriously so very much. And all of you guys who are here, who are members, who are supporters, who are watchers, who are lurkers, who are in the future and you're not even watching yet. Thank you so much. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna get out of here. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.